I'm keeping the hood on today too, bro. I just got the hair did.
This man got the hood on.
Cause man, I just got the hair did, bro. I can't let people see what I'm working with. You know what I'm saying? I don't think they ready for that. I can't let them see what they working with.
Yo, yo, yo.
Yo, we're gonna let some people get in here. Yeah. Trey, whoa, put it in. You know I can't put it up there.
You said what? Oh, pin it?
Yeah, sir.
Okay, hold on. Let's see. Somebody. Yo, yo. I see you coming in here.
MJ, what's good with you, brother? Give me a question, Mike. Give me a question today, Michael G. You hit my line and asked me some questions, little bro. Ask something here. Oh yeah, nah. Look, little surprise next week too, Trey. I don't know if you with it. My boy Greg. Me and him. So we're gonna do the B&B pitch. You know what I'm saying?
You
Next
said he
week
down?
on the joint venture. I'm telling you, real sauce. I'm telling
Early.
you, they doing it out in Las Vegas, so you know it's finna go up.
Yeah. Yeah. Man, if y'all joining, share this out to about 4 or 5 people, man. We want to bring somebody on today.
Josiah.
Any business idea, breakdown, how you can optimize your business, make it more effective. We want to bring somebody on today. That's the focus here. Everybody has anything, any idea they got, man. Products.
Yeah, man. And if y'all in here, just drop something in the chat. Whatever you may have interest in.
How to
Just
make it
drop
the most effective, man.
Pat, CT, y'all boys get engaged with me, man. Give me a business idea or something. I promise we can give y'all some.
A lot of people coming in, they asking about credit, and that is important. We got to know what to do when we get the credit, though. Got to know how to execute. Got to know how to execute. Wait till some people get in here. I'm tuned in. Go ahead, Pat. You got any idea, anything that you're trying to do?
Pat, Pat,
Zil, my boy.
Pat be up
Hey,
there.
anybody can request to join, bro. Like I said, we're trying to get somebody in here who really wants to talk about their business individually, how they can scale it, make it bigger, whatever it may be. We're literally in here this week. Ain't no particular topic.
I ain't gonna lie. I got plays for boys. I got all kind of stuff. Hey, Airbnb session next week.
Man, yeah. I want that Airbnb sauce, man. I talked a lot last week, too, so I'm going
All right, bet. We'll
to
see.
try to make sure they get in here. Pat, you can go ahead and hop in. My boy Jeremiah just hopped in. Any business idea you got, we breaking it down, bro. Breaking it down, hiring systems from beginning to end. Product idea. Anything you like, man, I'm thinking about this, but I don't know where to go, how to get started. Bro, it's endless. Hey, look, they might want that Airbnb sauce part 1 today. Look, I don't know who Pat is, but he talking about some, you know what I'm
I
saying,
got
how you get.
Pat, hit me on my phone, brother. I'm telling you, bro. Just hit
Nah,
me on my
bring Pat on. Pat, you want to join, man? Request to join, bro. Request to
man.
join, bro. We're going.
Pat, you get on right now, Pat. I give you the sauce right now where you make $2,500. No money out of pocket on me.
Yeah,
You get
come
on
on.
right.
Request to join, bro. You trying to tap in? Boy, get you right, man. Airbnb space know exactly what you're talking about. So
It adding another unit last week, bro. No money out of pocket, bro. No bullshit.
y'all hop in early. So we still got some people rocking with us. I can't see who's in here, but okay. I see what we got in here. Oh, I can tell people request to join too. I didn't even know that.
Yeah, man.
Zahazil, hey man, hit me offline too, bro. I got a session teaching agents how to generate leads. I know you still selling, bro. So I gotta tap in with you, bro. We gotta wrap. I got a whole entire system, bro. I'm about to release a course but I'm doing webinars too. So tapped in with Kendall a little bit, and then also tapped in with like Wiley. So just walking through that whole session. My boy Kelly, we really need to get Kelly on here, my dog, because I know he got some sauce. I know I don't know what he been up to lately, but I know he always got some business idea he trying to tap into. Kelly, you could request to join, bro. I would love to chop it up, bro, because I don't know. My boy being like crypto and stuff like that, but I know he got something boots
Hey,
on the ground. That nigga was selling shoes for a minute, bro. Like killing it with the shoe game. So they sauce everywhere.
tell them trade, man. Hey, if anybody in here too, if y'all know about stocks or trading, me and my boy Trey been trying to get somebody who got some avid advice on stocks or trading, bro. So if anybody know anything about stocks, trading, doing that on a day-to-day basis, you
Yeah,
know,
crypto, any of that, bro. If y'all know somebody that's like really tapped in, like I'm not just talking about they just dabble here and there, like kind of. I'm talking about really locked in, like they swing trade, day trade, they long term trade, like the whole 9 yards, bro.
we're gonna
Um,
get you down.
yeah. Let me go ahead and oh, my fault. We already got somebody requested to join.
Pat, he
We
trying to get.
Pat trying to get in here. My fault. Yeah, we could do 3 people at once too. Hold on,
We can do 4 people at once.
we really can. Hold on. Hey, try to request to join again. Let me see if it lets me. Oh, he left. Hold on. I got you, Kelly. Hold on, cause it didn't even let me. There we go. Your boy Pat left. I don't know why he hopped out of
Hey,
here.
text me.
What did it say? Yeah, Kelly should be able to hop in here.
All right, don't start with the tech difficulties this week.
I'm in the bed right now and everything. What's
Oh,
good,
there you
Carl?
go.
Oh, we
Yo, it's
What's
good, my
going
boy.
on, my brother?
good, Kev.
How y'all
Bro,
feeling? What's going
Good.
on, bro?
man, we cool, bro. You still in Philly? You still
Yeah,
out east?
man. Yeah, man. I'm out in Philly, man. I gotta tap in with you soon. Like next time you on the East Coast or something. I ain't see you in a minute.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, I don't really be back at the crib. You gonna be home like Thanksgiving time?
Yes, sir. Yes,
Oh
sir.
yeah. We all gonna have to link, bro.
Fact.
Um, tell the people what you on though, bro. I know you doing something business entrepreneurial, bro. Regardless,
Yeah.
bro. I know you always up to something.
Hey, man. Just trying to sharpen the credit, spread the wealth. Spread the knowledge. I got
Hmm.
trade lines for sale.
Okay.
So anybody or you or your boy want to take advantage of that.
Hey, since we may have some, since we may have some novice people in the audience or some people who just not getting started, I know you probably got like a little expertise game on the credit. Can you tell people like what you start, how you started off, and like building your credit or whatever, or like you know what I'm
Mhm.
saying, what it took?
Yeah, for sure. I basically it was my pops who was adamant about me getting started early. Um I think my when I turned 17, 18, so like right when the time is that you could legally first open up a credit account, he had me sign up. I started with Discover. So if any of y'all got Discover or y'all looking towards y'all still students and y'all looking towards getting a card that's doesn't have a whole lot of requirements and criteria like high credit wise, it's easy for you to get started with them. um then just make sure the main thing he drilled in my head was make sure your payments are on time every
Yeah.
time. Do
Yeah,
not miss a payment. Like I was scared that he was gonna pop up in my dreams if I missed a payment. Like I already know how that goes. So definitely y'all gotta make our payments on time. Just make sure that you're sticking with, your budget. If you have a budget, stick to it. If you don't have a budget, I'm sure you can holler at Trey or my man's here. I can make a budget for y'all, you know what I mean? Like consultations and all that. So, make sure you're not overspending on your credit card. So when it's time to make the payments, you're not feeling overwhelmed. Um, then once you got your payment schedule down pat, always ask for an increase every 6 to 12 months if you can.
I like that game.
Um, yeah, bro, because it's like they want to give you free money. It's in their best interest, especially
Mhm.
if you could take advantage during that interest free period, that 15 months, run
Exactly.
it up. You know what I mean? Just be responsible with it, of course. Like don't, wild out, but
Mhm.
ask for that increase because your utilization is going to, allow you to spend more freely without taking the hit. I seen that. Um,
Let me add something with what you just said.
Yep.
When he was saying that free period, the interest free period, I got little cousins in here and stuff, bro. So I got to kind of break.
Oh yeah, yeah. Feel free to break it down, bro. I'm just
So
here to assist.
cards and what he referring to is free period is when me and Trey was talking about in the first live about those cards with the 0% APR. So if y'all guys can find cards that'll let you leverage those first few months or first 15 to 16 months and use it accordingly, like he said, whether you leveraging a business or something, you can really take advantage of this free money that these institutions trying to give us. So go ahead, Kez. I like that game, bro. Like,
So like my brother was saying, take advantage of leveraging that when you have the interest free period, and allowing yourself to not go over that 10 to 30% range for utilization, because I know y'all touched on that last time. Um, but raising your credit every 6 to 12 months will give you more breathing room when you do, got an unexpected expense, or you want to throw rent on there, or, a couple car payments. Most people don't have 20, 30, 40, 50,000 line of credit cumulatively to put $5,000, $10,000 on there, and it's not taking them over 10 to 30%. So the
let,
higher you go ahead.
let how simple it may be to get a credit increase, bro. What all do you have to do? Like
To
after
get
Yeah,
a credit increase,
walk them through that process, bro.
walk
Like
them through
I'm
it.
like, damn, you saying credit increase? What I got to do? I go online, I call them. Like for the people
Yeah,
that
for
just
sure.
have no idea.
So to get a credit increase, you're basically asking your credit lender, whether it be Discover, American Express, Chase, PNC, Credit Union, you're asking them to give you more credit. So let's say when you open up your credit card, if it's a secured, I heard y'all mention that last time, if it's a secured credit card and you have a collateral, oftentimes they'll give you a $200 or $300 limit. Now that doesn't give you a lot of room to work with. So when you go ahead and request an extra limit increase every 6 to 12 the times they have it on the app all ready to go. So you'll go to the service or my account or my profile tab in the app that you use to check your balance. And usually it just has a button for you to click, you know, credit increase. Now there's some sauce that comes with raising your chances and your probability of getting approved. Cause just because you ask for it don't mean you can get approved also.
Mm-hmm.
So, make sure you're getting a soft inquiry when you do ask for a credit increase. Soft inquiry, hard inquiry, difference is whether or not it shows up on your credit. So I think y'all spoke about inquiries already too, so y'all got that covered. Um, but the things that you could do to boost your inquiries, I mean, your probability of getting approved for the credit limit increase is making sure that, you're representing your income to the fullest. So I know like some of the guys, got main job, main 9 to 5 careers, but also add your side hustles in there too. Because a lot of times they don't even really back check to see if you're really making that money. To be
Mm-hmm.
honest with you, unless you're declaring over 100K or 120K, they don't really go back. You know what I mean? They don't
yeah.
go back and check
Yeah.
that. So go ahead and take advantage. You know what I mean? These white folks finessing all the time. It's up to us to also learn some of that sauce and some of that game, and up the score for us at the same time. So I ain't saying to overly fabricate, but don't sell yourself short either. If you getting that money, don't be afraid to put it on there. You're not gonna get audited or anything like that. So put your true income on there, as best as your knowledge is, and then make sure that if you got a roommate or you're splitting rent with somebody, put that exact number down. Like, don't put your whole total amount of rent that you're paying, because they're gonna look at that and be like, well, if he only makes 2,000 a month and his rent payment is 1,200, we're not gonna give him no more money because he can't handle that. So you want to make sure that you're accurate with that. And then, last but not least, I think they're going to what you plan on spending on that card. So when you want to answer that question, like I said, don't fabricate it, but also don't lowball yourself. Let's say if you spending 1,000 or 2,000 a month, add an extra couple $100 on top of that in case of emergencies, or $500 on top of that in case of emergency, or case you know you add a family member or somebody on there as an authorized user. That all counts as utilization. So
Yeah.
don't be afraid to go ahead and make that work too. And then you know Try it a couple times. Try it with different banks, different lenders, and you'll get approved. Give yourself some more room to breathe.
like
Yeah, no, I like what you was talking about too with like making sure that you include everything that you do as a side hustle, but also just like this whole idea that I think a lot of people have with credit is like it's a one shot to kill type of thing. And what I mean by that is they think, okay, well, like this is my situation right now, but it even says on when you go to banks, like they ask for projected income, especially when you start talking about business credit and with
Yep.
your personal credit, and even when they say household income. Like y'all gotta read what it says. Like so what Kelly's saying is like you gotta pay attention to like you staying with somebody else, right? You're married, right? That's a part of your household income, right? And you're not lying. Like you're not lying or manipulating the system. It's just do
Hmm.
you stay with somebody and they got some side hustles? How much are they bringing in? You can factor that legally into your
Hmm.
income, right? And it's paying attention to the wording, y'all. So like, don't just think it's like, well, man, I got this credit and this just how it is. Like, nah, bro, make sure you're approaching right what you're going to get with the right intentions and knowing like, all right, these are the things that are on my report. You know what I'm saying? And I
Yep.
got one more question for you, Kelly, if you could, because like we talked about utilization previously. We talked about inquiries, but you
Hmm.
specifically are talking about trade lines. So for the people that don't understand what a trade line is, and then if you could break down like how you've now leveraged trade lines and how somebody else who may not know about that can also implement that. If you could just break that down for some people or how you're selling trade lines, because I know a lot of people are like, how do you sell a trade line? Like, what does that even mean? You know what I'm saying? So if you could just break that down for the people so they can get a better understanding, bro.
Yeah,
I
bro. Of
appreciate it.
course.
that's that.
Because I didn't even know
I
you
love
could leverage a trade line until like the last few years. So like, it's definitely a lot of people that aren't aware of that, and for sure it's a good thing to add to your repertoire if you're able to, and you have a decent credit score. Help us, like how y'all doing right now. Obviously not everything's going to be free, but whenever you have the opportunity to build somebody else's credit up, somebody, a friend, family member, or whatever, and they're in the 600s, 500s, it's definitely very useful to share your trade line or to offer that to somebody. So like y'all said, a trade line is basically a line of credit that you have with a lender, and it allows you, for example, to add other people as authorized users to your credit account. So when you do that, they inherit your history gets added on, and they get their utilization, your utilization added onto theirs. So if you got a $10,000 or $20,000 Chase or Amex card, and somebody that is trying to get into the 700-800 range, they're maybe currently in the $500 or $600 range, and let's say we're approaching our mid to late 20s, so let's say optimistically you got 10 years of credit history. Your little cousin or your nephew might only have a few years on their credit history. So when you add them onto yours, they're going to have your credit mix and history along with your 10, 20,000 Amex utilization.
Pause.
So for me,
I
yep.
want I want people to realize the importance of you saying that trade line, because I think I had somebody ask me earlier today. They was
Mhm.
like, okay, my score at like a 660 right now, and they was
Yep.
like, I get it to a 700, 680, will I get approved for the card? And I said not necessarily,
I
because
like when y'all touched on that too. Yep. Go
yeah,
ahead.
because I was like not necessarily because
Right.
it's on your report, and that goes back to you saying like adding those additional trades, which give you leverage,
Hmm. Yep. Yep.
allow you to get approved for those other cards. So I love that, bro. So I just want to on that so you see like the importance of adding the trade line, not just it being solely based on your score, bro.
Yeah,
So
that reminded me because y'all touched on that on the last live, and that was a good point. And so many people overlook that is it's not all about the score, like y'all was saying. Like you have to have a good credit mix, revolving in installment loans. You got to have good history. You got to have on time payments, and you got to have a nice mixture. Like even if you don't have a loan on a house or a car, there's personal loans or other things that you can get to get the right credit mix so that you can get more juiced up. Like, for example, if somebody got I think y'all touched on this. Like, if you got an 800 or that's too high, 750, but you don't have but you don't have no type of mix. Like you only have no you have no credit cards but just an auto loan. Versus somebody on the other hand got a 700 or 710, but they got a mortgage, they got 10 plus years of history. Even if they missed a payment, but they got a crazy mix, they still might be over you, depending on their income and certain other variables. But like I was saying, you got to have that mix. So having the trade line added to your account, I don't think in our community at least, it's not really valued. People don't understand the value of somebody, like even a parent. Like there's people's parents who add them on their trade line, and as a kid or as a young adult, like you don't understand what they're really doing for you. But it's a huge deal. So like there'll be times where I'll see trade lines for sale for a couple $100 a month, or maybe 1,000, 2,000 for 6 months to 12 months. People be like, man, that's a lot of money, but I'm like, that's nothing
Not a
compared to
lot.
what you'll
It's
save. I'm
nothing.
like, y'all
What you
understand
gonna get? It's like
how
how
much
you leverage it for
thousands,
sure.
tens of thousands you're gonna save if you sign up for a mortgage today? Like the interest rates at 7%. If you can get an interest rate at even 5%, you might save 20, 30, $40,000 throughout a 30-year mortgage. So when you add somebody to the trade line, not only are they getting a boost from your history and utilization, they're also adding a different trade line to their mix that they didn't already have. Like if you have Amex, and your boy or your uncle or your cousin or your mom has Discover, or they have a Chase Sapphire card, that being added to your mix counts as a whole different profile. So like now you, instead of having two revolving credits, you might have three or four plus your installment loan. Now you good. Now you flowing. So it's like just having that right mix. And if somebody is available to give you a trade line or add you as an authorized user, I really recommend y'all take advantage of it for sure. Like you can't pass that up.
Like
So,
that.
as somebody who's in the space, I'll let you tell it. How could somebody scale that up if they're like, "Oh, Kelly, bro, you talking sauce, bro. I like what you saying, bro. Like, I'm interested in that. I got trade lines. I think I could sell. I know people
Mm-hmm.
who'd be interested in it. I'm really like tapped into the credit, or I'm trying to get there. Like, could like walk somebody through, if you could, like a process of like what's the first thing they need to do, like, or what's the first thing you did when you were like, hey, you got like I started trading selling trade lines, I'm sorry. Like where do they go? Do they go to a specific website? Do they start
Mm-hmm.
hitting up their friends and family? Do they go on a Facebook marketplace? Like give
Mm-hmm.
them like what's their first plan of action to kind of get going, bro?
So I'm gonna be real with y'all. Like I said, I just found out about this a few years ago, so I'm still figuring out how to leverage it myself. And I've been like tied up with starting a new job and doing other business endeavors. So for me, I just been advertising on my Instagram, there. But old head definitely
He
gave me
went
some sauce to make it into a business. If you so choose, you probably want to start with definitely someone you can trust, like family members, like you said, Trey. Reaching out to people who you trust, because there is like a bad side to doing trade lines and just selling it to people that you don't know and strangers. And that's also what I want to give a disclaimer about, because um
Yep.
you know I'll answer one. I'll do it in segments. So to scale it up, you want to first start with people you trust, so you got results to show to people. So if you can start in house with family members, cousins, people that you trust, their address, they're not gonna run off on you or do something crazy. That's start one. For me personally, when I do it, I give the person a disclaimer that they're not even going to get the card. Like, I'm keeping the card. So that eliminates a whole lot of risk right there. When you keep the card, it doesn't allow them to really tamper with your balances on your cards, or allow them to make purchases that they can't normally afford, but because they're on your credit line and got an extra 20K on there, they're going to run it up. Like, that eliminates everything. So they're still getting the benefits of you boosting their credit up, but you're not running the risk of them tampering with or destroying your credit. So even with family members, I recommend keeping a card unless it's like your mom or your dad, somebody that you know is going to be responsible with it. But even then, you never know, because some people never had 20, 30,000 lines of credit. So just use be mindful, keep that in the back of your head. But to scale it, once you have some results and in-house members and family members that you can post their results, there's a number of brokerage websites that will allow you to put your trade lines on there, and they take a percentage of the profit from the client, but it allows you to scale trade, like you said, and get a bigger platform of clients and people who are already looking for that. They already know where to come because the websites obviously have more traffic than just us going on Instagram or going on Facebook. Um, and that allows you to do kind of like like you were speaking of previously on the lives with automation. If you do it through a brokerage company or through a website, that kind of will automate the situation, so you don't really have to be as hands-on advertising, doing a whole bunch of extra stuff to get your trade lines advertised and marketed correctly. Um, but then you also want to make sure, like I said, the downside that we'll talk about is people having delinquencies, having repos, having just negative marks on their credit. Sometimes, if the addresses aren't correct or anything like that, or like if you live with the person and then you no longer live with them, or if it's a roommate or something like that, they can come for you mistakenly, thinking that because they're on your stuff, that you're also subject to some of those negative things. Like the credit bureaus make a whole lot of mistakes all the time. So an old head told me you shouldn't even have your once you start as a business and you scale it up, you shouldn't even have your personal address on your lines. It should be a business for real, and you should have like a virtual address at that point, because you don't want anything being tied to your real address at that point when you're amalgamating your stuff with other people who are strangers at that point. Because we all know there's scammers out there. We all know that there's people that can easily find out your social or your address, and then now that they're authorized users on your stuff, it looks way different than somebody trying to scam you from the outside that doesn't have all your information. So you want to, once you scale it and you automate it, you want to protect yourself also. So just be mindful of those things right there. Come with some results so people trust you. Word of mouth is a good way, to bubble up. So
Yeah, and I would say two things, y'all, that Kelly's talking about. So number one, right, this whole trust factor, like when it comes to selling trade lines or buying them, it's twofold, right? So number one, obviously said you don't want to share your address out with like where they're going to send the car. But at the same time, you need to set proper expectations with your friends and family. And I'm happy you touched on that first, because when you share that with your friends and family, right? Because we're all over here like, oh, okay, cool. Kelly just gave us the sauce on like this trade line. It's going to boost our credit up, all this stuff. Which I have to realize nothing, no, like we said this last time, no trade line, no unique card is going to wipe over a bad report. You got a bad report, a bad mix. You got a bunch of delinquencies, late payments, collections, things like that. It don't matter. Like you could go get the highest, you could get $100,000 trade line. That's not going to do anything, because the reality is the trade line is supposed to boost you up. So like number one is to actually go in and clean those things first, or get somebody professional to do that. And actually clean it for you to stack it. You know what I'm saying? And also, as well as the person who's selling the trade lines, I think it's important to set that expectation. As the person who's buying them, it's important to know that.
right.
And in order to do that, you gotta educate yourself first. So don't just go into it thinking like, and that's just a disclaimer. Like, don't just go into it thinking like, all right, I'm about to just start buying up trade lines for people, and my score about to go crazy, and I'm about to go get a crib in a few months. Like, nah, bro, that's not how it works. Everything is supposed to be systematic. You're supposed to take your time and figure out how do you properly structure your credit report. And then the other thing that Kelly said, and I think we talked about this with the business credit, what is just as important with your personal credit is everybody should be tapped into Identity IQ or Experian.com. Y'all should not be messing around with Credit Karma. It's extremely inaccurate, right? Go to Identity IQ and Experian.com and literally get your credit report. It's like $20, y'all. It's worth it. Print it off and look at it. Everything should be the same. If your name is, mine's Arnold Tarpley III, all your stuff should say Arnold Tarpley III. If your address is blank, 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 it should say that. It's gonna have old addresses on there. It's gonna have like my joint had when I was like 15 working at Foot Locker. Like you got to go back and really make sure that joint is right, because you can't go in there and say, well, you're gonna do a bank or you're doing anything, even when it comes to doing trade lines, because they're gonna go back and verify. And then the last thing I say too, for what Kelly was saying that was big is when you're lending that out, a lot of people are like, well, what if somebody tries to hack me? Well, that's the point, right? If you start setting things up properly through your business, like through the business address, right, and it's not as succinct when it comes up, people are gonna have a more difficult time doing that. But you also just have to be cautious because, like he said, if they already have access to your trade line and they start trying to swipe and use your credit, it's gonna be harder for you to battle because they're gonna say, "Hey, you gave him access. You
Yep.
gave him access." So like we want to give y'all game, but not to just be like, "Hey, just go out here and do anything." You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because it would be
Right.
ignorant to be like, damn, these niggas told me I could go do whatever, and then y'all go out there and get scammed. Like, nah, just make sure that you're smart about what you do. So if you do use these third party websites and brokers to leverage it, you know what I'm saying? You can also set up systems to start auditing who's actually getting approved. Like, and there's so many different things. You can call your bank and make sure, like, have them go through a 2-step authorization before they approve authorized user. And
Yep.
you can actually sign off on that. And what I would suggest is even if those third party people say, well, yeah, man, Kelly, Trey Z, we'll get you a bunch of people on your trade, or like, whoa, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna vet them first, you know, because it may seem like, well, maybe I'll get less traffic and me adding this extra step, but you want to protect yourself at all costs. And it's not worth it to make a few extra $100 if you don't have a vetting process.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know if either one of y'all got anything to add on that, but
Nah, I'm good, bro. That was a good game. I like the game.
yeah,
For
yeah.
sure.
Love it, bro. Appreciate that, Sid. That's nice, bro.
No, yeah, for sure, man. Always here to help. You know what I mean? If y'all want to talk about crypto and stocks, I'll let y'all start it off. Or
Yeah, nah, shit. I don't know a thing
Yeah.
about.
Yeah,
I don't
that's
know anything
what we
about crypto.
need.
Hey, Kelly been on Bitcoin, dog. Kelly was the first person I've ever, bro. Kelly might have been on Bitcoin back in like 2013, like before we graduated high school. G,
Bro.
like I'm not even lying. I'm like bro. I remember being at his crib. He was talking about like I'm not capping to y'all, bro. He been on that joint for so long. And
Hey,
matter of fact, tell him the
yeah,
story, bro, because
I
I
was
know
gonna
a
say
little
no
bit.
cap. Digital currency, I have no remote knowledge to it, bro. So you're gonna have to put boys on. Digital
Yeah,
currency, I'm all real estate, dog. I don't know nothing about the digital currency.
yeah,
Give
I
me
need to
some
learn.
game.
I need to learn more about real estate so we could all give and take.
I hate that.
So, like Trey was saying, I had got into it a little early just because like I kind of seen how everything was becoming digitized and Bitcoin just made a lot of sense. You know what I mean? Like from the beginning, how we're fighting inflation right now, so it's just like there's already a finite number of coins in a lot of these crypto ecosystems. There's so to break it down from the beginning, the Bitcoin basically is the computer solves an algorithm, you mine it, and by mining it, you solve an algorithm, and it rewards you with a piece of a Bitcoin. So the miners are the ones who basically are creating the Bitcoin, right? But
Mhm.
there's a finite number of Bitcoin in circulation. I think it's 21 million at the time.
So
So,
this will be referred to as Bitcoin mining. This one
yep,
people, okay,
yep.
okay.
So they mine the Bitcoin, they solve the algorithm, and as a miner for a reward, they get a piece of a Bitcoin, right? And there's only 21 million in circulation, which automatically solves the inflation problem because with the dollars, as y'all probably know, they created 75% of the dollars
Mhm.
throughout COVID. That's why we so fucked up right now.
hmm
So Bitcoin automatically slashes that inflation with the fact that there's already a finite number. There's never going to be any more created. So the miners are, going through the algorithms, getting a Bitcoin for each time they solve one, but there's some extra built-in features to it, right? So every time somebody goes through an algorithm, it gets harder. So let's say Trey, he mines a tenth of a Bitcoin. When it's your turn, Z, he already solved it. So the next algorithm you gotta do is harder, and you're going to get less Bitcoin for that. And then when I do it, my algorithm is going to be harder than yours, and I'm going to get even less. So it gets harder and harder to get it out of the algorithm, and it slows down people eating up the 21 million Bitcoin that's already out there.
So essentially, the first one to solve the mine is gonna get paid the highest.
Right, right.
Okay.
But like Trey said, it came out in like damn near 2008, 2013. So by this point, you used to be able to do it damn near on a phone. The phone had enough processing power to do it. now you damn near need a supercomputer to solve these things. Like, I
Cause
don't
they
know if you ever seen. Yeah, it's crazy. Like the algorithm is crazy, bro. Like nobody can sit down and solve these. Like you gotta have a computer, a supercomputer, not even a regular HP Dell. No, you gotta have like oh, if you seen a Bitcoin mining facility, bro, it's a huge room full of computers and batteries to power it. So now at this point, um, just to speed things up because I don't want to take up everybody's time, but um, fast forward now, like I said, you need a supercomputer to get it, and you're getting a smaller amount. And then they had a halving period where they cut the amount of Bitcoin you get for mining in half. So now we was getting right up until the halving period, which I think was 2018. Now everything that we were reaping from mining the Bitcoin, we get half of that now moving forward. So it's even more harder to get Bitcoin from these algorithms and stuff like that. So that's just one example of a cryptocurrency. Ethereum is another good one, but it's a whole different method to attain it, right? But the idea is right now we're in a bear market. And for those of y'all who don't know what a bear market is, it's just a time where the market is down. It's not positive. It's the net is negative. You know about that in the real estate market. It's still up right now, but barely just hanging on. It's like the last thing to come down. Like it's it's on a bubble kind of, but there's still money to be made in the real estate market. But right now everything is cheap. The stocks are beat down. The cryptos beat down. Bitcoin at one point was worth 70K. Now it's 20K, 18, 19K. So I recommend now is the time to get in, learn about it, learn about the different ecosystems, how the coins work. Pick your stocks out that you're already a consumer of. Amazon, your Google, Best Buy. I know the girls love Target, Walmart, all of that. Now's the time to do the research, realize which companies are undervalued right now. If anybody like needs help or got any questions, like y'all can add me after this. Just DM me questions. I always respond to everybody. Um, Now's the time to get educated because everything's on sale. Everything's on the fire sale right now. I don't know if y'all seen Amazon. They have problems in the workplace supplying workers that they be working them like slaves up in them warehouses.
Bro,
And
it's getting
Christmas
crazy, bro.
time, crazy. Christmas time coming up, Thanksgiving's coming up. Them orders about to start coming through, and they can't feed everybody's demand. So you know they might go down even another 20-10%. But just have your money on the sideline ready to get your share because we all know Jeff Bezos is. I mean, he got that thing figured out. So
And no, for real though, bro, way ahead of the curve. He
way
he he
ahead.
he way ahead of the curve, man.
Like,
Yeah, bro, that was some good preliminary sauce, man, for the people that don't know, like me. I ain't know none of that, bro. I only talk about things I know, and that's one area I just know I need to work on personally. That's really
yeah,
gonna be my focus, especially probably in the next year and some change going forward to really start locking in and paying more attention to like what's going on, just from like a crypto space, whether it be stocks, Bitcoin, so on and so forth. So
yeah, bro, lock
just
in, man.
constantly
I
trying
have
to
to
trying to
lock
learn
in
more.
too. I need to automate some things, so I'm gonna be locking in with
Yeah.
you too. Get my insurance game up. You know what I mean? Because
Hey,
I'm not hip to all the insurance know-hows and tips and tricks. So that's what we're here for, to
yeah,
give and take from each other. So you know,
yeah. For sure, bro.
yeah.
Z, you got anything else?
not in you talking about in relation to the combo we just had.
Yeah, I mean, just in general. I mean, we went kind of sideways. But I
Yeah,
mean, it's cool because we talking about something every week. Well, I don't be trying to get on here forcing stuff, but
there you go.
I don't want to always talk about what I do or what Z does, Airbnb and like digital marketing. So I know it's people that are interested in that as well. Different aspects of the business and different businesses in general. So we always trying to make sure we can get other people on here, especially if they talking more than we are.
Yeah.
Um, we just get tired of hearing us for sure. So. Uh,
I
Look,
mean,
If
on
you
y'all
said
thing,
good.
man. On y'all thing. I wouldn't be on here if y'all didn't start the lab movement with the financial literacy, man. So definitely
Yeah.
sorry for getting the conversation started. And it's all right to jump around. Like if Z, you got anything that you know what I'm saying, share real estate wise. Like I
Yeah,
said, I need to learn more. I'm sure everybody, the viewers need to learn more. You know,
I, I
trade
guess
digital marketing. I'm sure that'll apply to scaling a lot of business, trade lines, or what real estate, what have you. So
what you want to
Yes.
Trey. I
No, I got some. I
I
got
can
some. Go ahead.
co-host. You know, 25. I can get a co-host sometimes. You know, just easy look come up.
No,
One.
I'm gonna let you say that for next week because you got a whole segment. Y'all boys got a whole segment. I'm gonna give some sides. I wanted to make sure Kelly finished. Just on trade lines, right? So Kelly made a good point, but you know me, I'm digital marketing, so I always think about ways of how we can strategize this. So if you are interested in doing trade lines, here's something you could do immediately. So for a lot of y'all that don't know, I always talk about online jobs, Fiverr and Upwork. Why? Because online jobs is a killer place. So recently, I'm gonna tell y'all a story. So recently, I just hired a copywriter to my team. And for those of you who don't know what a copywriter is, response copywriter for funneling, all that basically is you give them an idea and they'll literally build out a website based on the idea or the template that you give them. So we hired her to bring her on our team because we build out website and funnels for our clients. And we also give email sequencing to put in place. So, you know, if somebody purchases something from you, they'll get about 4 to 5 emails that she'll be able to create. But I say that to say, if you are looking to start a trade line business or just a credit repair business or a credit business in general, and you just like, yo, I got a little bread, I got a little cheese stacked up, and I kind of got a little knowledge, I'm going to tap in with Kelly. He going to get me right on the trade lines. You literally can just go to onlinejobs.ph. You can type in trade line specialist or credit specialist. And there are a bunch of people on online jobs who literally specialize in that. You can find yourself a caller and you can find yourself somebody who's going to be dealing with the day-to-day operations. That's 2 people to hire, right? And I didn't even try to look for these people. They were just on the search engine, right? They were priced at like, I think it was like $800 for one and about $700 for the other. If you got about $5,000 to $7,000 to spare, whether that be on your own credit card or if you just got it in your checking that you just kind of got laying around, you want to start a business, you can literally bring them on for less than $2,000. That's your entire team. If you get the infrastructure from Kelly or just get the full blueprint, or if you go to other people like him 500, I'm trying to think, the credit dude, you can literally go there. They got free ebooks you can buy, or you can just buy like a $97 ebook and then run the play from there. Just teach them what they need to know. They know already the preliminary things such as how to actually call the credit bureaus, right? How to get in contact. And it doesn't just have to be a trade line. You could really start a trade line and credit repair business without having to know all the knowledge, right? You hire the people in place to do that. I'm real big on virtual assistants just because I have 4 of them right now. And I'm also real big on actually like implementing and focusing on strategy because there's really no excuse when you got people in another country who would literally be dying. And for y'all those that are tapped in, they actually love us. And by us, I mean our colored people. They love
right.
working for us. And I tell everybody that. And the reason is because they see us like kings. They see us like kings because they love seeing us trying to actually get out here and get and grow our business.
That's a good
So
talk.
you can focus on developing a relationship and they'll go hard for you. And no disrespect to any of our American workers or American brothers and sisters, but over there it's a little bit different, right? Because this all they
Right.
like when you call them and you interview them, they're literally in cribs. And the way their cribs are set up, when y'all call and interview these people, the way their cribs are set up is when you get on the Zoom call with them, you're gonna see it's gonna be them and it's gonna be 2 or 3 other stations behind them inside of their crib in a living room. G, like that's how they move, bro. They really do this like it is it's serious and they go to work, bro. And a lot of people are like, well, I don't want to hire somebody from Pakistan or the Philippines because they don't speak English the right way. Man, look, the one girl, the first girl I ever interviewed sounded like a white girl when she picked up. No lie. Picked up, was like, hey, I'm like, was very thrown off before her camera even turned on. So just want to give y'all some sauce, bro. I'm gonna always talk about that. People gonna get sick of hearing me, but like it's the sauce. A lot of people are not gonna execute
That's
on it. But if you want to go out and start your own credit, there's really no excuse. If you got less than $2,000, like that's the blueprint. Get one for 800, one for 700. Go out and buy the ebook for $97 from him 500. The credit dude, it's a bunch of people. You can go to EYL or Social Proof, find some people that do credit. Go buy their little ebook. It's gonna give you all the sauce and just teach them that, right?
Yeah.
And after that, you're gonna be good, bro. Your system gonna be running at that point, and you really don't have to worry about much. So, just a little overview, man. I'm gonna let y'all boys go.
Trey, automation is a new wave, bro. Automation.
Hey.
Automation. There you go.
Everybody gonna start doing automations. You
Got
got.
to, bro.
I seen. I don't know how it was, but I seen some mock up of Amazon have an automation delivery service. Like,
Bro, you got to.
everybody, automations is the play, bro. Like it's a new age.
That's the future right there.
Yeah.
I don't know if y'all seen the mobile pizza John that make the pizza and deliver it, automates and delivers the pizza to people. Like there's one that's
No, I ain't seen
there's
that. That's crazy.
bro. There's a stationary vending machine, but you like literally like you dialing in for like a soda or something. You customize it 10 minutes. It slides the pizza out to you, and
Hey,
then
that's
like
hard.
real talk. And then Jay-Z invested in a like a mobile one that actually travels that'll drive around. Like so, automation is definitely coming, even though it's a different industry. Like
Yeah.
credit repair, real estate, like all
Clear.
everything virtual is about to be the wave. It already is, but
And you can run that play for anything too. Like what I just said, you can literally do that for anything. Real estate, wholesaling,
yep.
like
Any
you
business. Yep.
literally can figure it out. Like just go find some people who speak really good English. Go buy a quick course or an ebook or a mini course from somebody for a few $100s, whatever it may be. Consume the information and have them actually go out and do the work. Cold call. You give them a list, pay them $2 an hour, bro. They'll literally work. They'll grind. Like if you
Mm-hmm.
get 2 or 3 of those people, call it and you just like take your time, figure out how to close, start searching people up who know how to close. Shoot, Dan Henry, Alex Hormozzi, the list can go on. You just go find you some hard closers, start studying Grant Cardone, and then they come to you. At that point, bro, you're not doing anything but just picking up calls and trying to close deals, and you're not really spending that much money. So,
What time?
or
Right.
time. That cold calling is hell, boy.
I'm good. But yeah, bro, I'm good, bro.
Yeah, I ain't got nothing else, Kelly, unless you got something, bro. I'm gonna be trying to hold the people too long.
No, man, I think we had a good session. Trey, just let me know if you want me to join next week or the weekend, whatever. You know what I'm saying?
I
But let me
love
know. Let me know the topics.
Nah, yeah,
Be on
nah,
task.
yeah, no, 100%, bro. Yeah, we might have to definitely start making this a regular. I think we got some versatility here with the 3 of us, for people that have questions. So we'll definitely get it figured out. But if y'all ain't follow Kelly, you know he tapped in, bro. Go ahead and click his name. It'll pop up on there. Y'all literally click it at the top. Click follow. If you don't follow Z, do the same thing, man. But we appreciate y'all tapping in with us, bro. I'm gonna go ahead and shut this down.
For
Y'all
sure,
got
bro.
anybody? If you just coming in and you missed the majority of it, it's gonna be on the page here in about 2-3 minutes. So y'all tap in with us. Otherwise, I'm gonna catch y'all next week.
Yes, sir, man. Appreciate y'all tapping in, man.
For
All right,
sure.
y'all boys.
Yep.